Hello everyone, this is Sara. Today I'm going to analyze 4 questions. First, the historical context about Cat's Cradle. Second, when was the novel written and published? Third, what were international relations like at that time? And fourth, how is the political atmosphere of the early 1960s represented through the text? Cat's Cradle is a novel by Kurt Vonnegut, first published in 1963. The novel was written during a period of significant political and social change in the United States, as well as in the wider global context. During the early 1960s, international relations were heavily influenced by the Cold War, as well as by the ongoing struggle for civil rights and social justice in the United States. The novel takes place during the Cold War, and specifically in the aftermath of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The novel explores themes of science, technology, and the dangers of unchecked progress, and is often considered a satire of the Cold War mentality of the time. In the early 1960s, the United States was heavily involved in the Cold War, a state of political and military tension between the Western powers, led by the United States, and the Eastern powers, led by the Soviet Union. The two sides were engaged in a nuclear arms race, each trying to outdo the other in terms of nuclear weapons and technology. This was a time of great anxiety and fear, as people lived with constant threat of nuclear annihilation. At the same time, the civil rights movement was gaining momentum in the United States, as African Americans and other marginalized groups fought for equal rights and justice. This struggle was met with significant resistance from both government and society at large, leading to violence and unrest. Cat's Cradle reflects the political atmosphere of the early 1960s in a number of ways. One of the key themes of the novel is the danger of unchecked scientific progress. The novel is set in the aftermath of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and explores the devastating consequences of the atomic bomb. Vonnegut portrays science and technology as a force that can be both destructive and dangerous if not properly controlled. Another theme of the novel is the idea of human responsibility and the need for social justice. The novel portrays a world where individuals and institutions are often more concerned with their own interests than with the well-being of others. This is reflected in the character of Felix Honecker, the scientist who develops the deadly substance known as ice-9. Honecker is portrayed as the brilliant but morally irresponsible scientist who is more interested in the pursuit of knowledge than in the consequence of his actions. The novel also reflects the anxieties and fears of the Cold War era. The character of Dr. Breed, for example, is portrayed as a cold and calculating scientist who is willing to sacrifice anything, including human life, in the pursuit of scientific progress. The novel also explores the idea of the end of the world and the potential of nuclear annihilation, with the concept of ice-9 serving as a metaphor for the destructive power of science. In conclusion, Cat's Cradle was written and published during a period of significant political and social change in the United States and the wider global context. The novel reflects the anxieties and fears of the Cold War era, as well as the struggle for civil rights and social justice. The theme of the novel, including the dangers of unchecked scientific progress and the need for human responsibility continue to be relevant today. That's all. Thanks.